Umar to post my videos. Twitter is not allowing Dr. Umar to post my videos. Facebook is not allowing Dr. Umar to post my videos. Now we're going to talk about, it looks like we are confirmed. It looks like we are confirmed for Newark, New Jersey, Sunday, November the 15th. Black New Jersey, please write it down. Will be at the Source of Knowledge bookstore Sunday, November 15th. The Prince of Pan-Africanism will be in Newark, New Jersey. New Jersey, stand up. Elizabeth, Patterson, Camden, Trenton, Jersey City. The Prince of Pan-Africanism will be coming back to Newark, New Jersey at the Source of Knowledge bookstore Sunday, November the 15th. New moon in Scorpio from 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Come through, get your food. Queen Mother Masani, Queen Mother Patrice will have that vegan African soul food. Come through. All my Jersey queens, come through. All my Jersey kings, come through. Source of Knowledge, Newark, New Jersey, Sunday, November the 15th. It's going to be crazy. The most requested black scholar in the world will be in the building. The #1 Pan-Africanist in the world will be in the building. The #1 school psychologist in Black America will be in the building. The #1 black orator of the 21st century will be in the building. The #1 black scholar on the planet will be in the building. Let's talk the Donald Trump Platinum Plan. They got the helicopter overtopping me now. They got the helicopter overtopping me now. They got the helicopter overtopping me now. Let's talk about Trump. Let's talk about Trump. Let's talk about Trump. Okay. According to Donald Trump, he has 4 pillars of the Platinum Plan. Let's talk about this Platinum Plan. If you need to text me personally, 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858. I'm good because black people invented the helicopter. I'm good because we invented the helicopter. I'm good because we invented the helicopter, but we don't sell none. We invented the cell phone, but we don't produce none. So let's talk about the 4 pillars of the Donald Trump Platinum Plan. #1, Donald Trump says opportunity. By achieving historic employment levels for black Americans, as well as increasing access to capital for new business, President Trump has been committed to ensuring that all black Americans can achieve the American dream. Did y'all hear that? Donald Trump says he has achieved historic employment levels for black America. I want to know, what city is he talking about? Because black incarceration has not went down. When Donald Trump lies and says he has achieved historic employment for black people, what black community is he talking about? He damn sure ain't talking about Philadelphia. Philadelphia jails are overcrowded with black men and women who broke the law in order to feed their family. I know he ain't talking about New York. New York City jails are overcrowded with black men and black women who have had to break the law to feed their family. Washington, Baltimore, Los Angeles, Houston, Detroit, Milwaukee. What black community is Donald Trump lying about? What black community is Donald Trump lying about when he says he has achieved historic employment for black Americans? Where at? First of all, we've been under COVID for the whole damn year. What historic employment has Donald Trump got? See, he's lying. He's lying. This is a damn lie, brothers and sisters. This is a damn lie, brothers and sisters. This is a damn lie, brothers and sisters. What employment is he talking about? #2, security. By signing into law the celebrated First Step Act, Donald Trump has brought common sense criminal justice reform to the American people for the first time in decades, while ensuring that our streets and communities are safe for families. You ain't done nothing. That First Step Act hardly does anything. It only deals with solved crimes. It only deals with solved crimes. It's not really helping the brothers and sisters who are behind bars for long-term drug offenses. It ain't doing nothing for those who have long-term drug offenses. You ain't doing nothing about all those young millennials who are going to be in jail for the next 10, 20, 30 years on nonviolent drug offenses. That First Step Act is a bullshit act. That First Step Act is a bullshit act. And then you say, ensuring that the streets are safe. How is Donald Trump ensuring that the streets are safe when you wouldn't even speak out against police genocide? Donald Trump has never said a word against police genocide. Why would I be voting for him? Why would I? Donald Trump talking about he made the black community safe. How has Donald Trump made the black community safe? He's a damn liar. He's a damn liar. You letting the police kill our brothers and sisters? You letting the police kill our brothers and sisters? You refuse to hold the police accountable. You won't even speak up against black genocide. You won't even speak up against police assassination. And you talking about you made the community safer. Who you think you playing with? Let's go to pillar number 3. I'm reading straight from it. I'm reading straight from the Platinum Plan. Prosperity. As the first president to provide long-term funding of HBCUs, this administration continues to seek immediate and generational advancement for black Americans. Really? Let me check something. Let me check something real fast. Donald Trump, HBCU funding. Because I know this is some more nonsense. Donald Trump, HBCU. Donald Trump signed a bill that will permanently provide $250 million a year to the HBCUs, along with dozens of other institutions that serve large shares of minority students. I'm going to read that again, and I want to see if y'all can detect the deception in what I just said. Did y'all hear it? Did y'all hear? It's the double talk. It's the traditional double talk of the European. It's the traditional double talk of the European. I'm going to read it again, and I want you to see if you can pick up the double talk. Here we go. Donald Trump signed a bill that will permanently provide more than $250 million a year to the nation's historically black colleges. Right? That sounds good, don't it? That sounds good, don't it? Now listen to the other part. Listen to the other part. Along with dozens of other institutions that serve large shares of what? Minority students. Along with dozens of other institutions that serve large shares of what? Minority students. In other words, brothers and sisters, this bill reads like the 13th Amendment. This bill reads like the 13th Amendment. The 13th Amendment says slavery shall not be legal in these territories except slavery shall not be legal in these territories except as a punishment for a crime. See that? You promise this in the first part of the pledge, and you take it all back in the second part of the pledge. Donald Trump says $250 million for HBCUs in the first part of the pledge. In the second part of the pledge, he says, along with dozens of other institutions that serve large shares of minority students. In other words, that $250 million can go to white schools. That $250 million can go to white schools that serve blacks and other non-black minorities. You can fool most of the people all the time. You can fool some of the people some of the time. You can't fool Dr. Umar none of the time. You can fool most of the people most of the time. You can fool some of the people some of the time. You can't fool Dr. Umar none of the time. He's going to give that money to white universities. He's going to give that money to white universities that serve Hispanics, homosexuals, women, and other non-white people. That's why you got to do your research. That's why you got to do your research. He's not helping HBCUs. He's looking like he's helping HBCUs, but by using the word other institutions in minority, by using the words other institutions and minority, by using the words other institutions and minority, he's able to take that money and give it to whoever he wants. It's just like the 1964 Civil Rights Bill when they added the word gender and sexual orientation. The 1964 Civil Rights Bill looked like it was for black people. The 1964 Civil Rights Bill looks like it was for black people. But then they added the word gender and sexual orientation. They added the word gender and sexual orientation into the 1964 Civil Rights Bill and took it all and gave it to women and homosexuals. I'm just stating the fact. Now let's get back to the platinum plan. Let's get back to the platinum plan. Fairness, as demonstrated through his actions to initiate investment into opportunity zone, as well as address health disparity, wage gaps, and necessary education. Opportunity zones ain't nothing but gentrification zones, Donald Trump. You're not fooling me. An opportunity zone ain't nothing but a gentrification zone, Donald Trump. You're not fooling me. An opportunity zone is nothing but a way for Donald Trump to give rich white men a lot of money. An opportunity zone is nothing but a way for Donald Trump to give rich white men a lot of money, and then those rich white money will give a couple black contractors some crumbs. He's calling that black empowerment. He's calling that black empowerment. The opportunity zone ain't nothing but a gentrification zone. The opportunity zone ain't rebuilding the black ghetto. The opportunity zone is turning the black ghetto into a white suburb. The opportunity zones is turning the black ghetto into a white suburb. The opportunity zone ain't nothing but a Negro removal program. It's a gentrification zone. Opportunity zone ain't nothing but gentrification. And then he says he's addressing health disparity. How has he addressed health disparities, Donald Trump? Somebody tell me. What has Donald Trump done to address health disparities for black people? Somebody tell me, did I miss something? And then he says wage gap. Donald Trump has done nothing to address a wage gap. He's done nothing to address a wage gap. And he says education reform. I'm top 5 most influential black educators in the world. I'm top 5 most influential black educators in the world. Easy. Easy. What educational reform has Donald Trump brought to black America? Has he reformed special ed? Has Donald Trump reformed special ed? Has he reformed suspensions and expulsions of black boys? Has he reformed ADHD, entrapment? Has he reformed the pushing of drugs on black boys? Has he reformed white teacher racism? Has he reformed educational funding? What has Donald Trump done to improve the schools? He has done nothing. He has done nothing. I don't want to be president of America, but I love to be president of black America. Let's keep going. And then over the next 4 years, let's talk about what he's so those are the 4 things he claims he's done. We've just proven he's done none of it. Those are the 4 things Donald Trump has claimed to have done the past 4 years. We know he's done none of it. Now let's talk about what he's going to do the next 4. Y'all ready? Let's talk about what Donald Trump says. If black people vote for me, I'm going to do these 12 things over the next 4 years. Number 1, he says he's going to create 3 million new jobs in the black community. 3 million new jobs in the black community. Let's see now. 3 million new jobs, right? Let's do some simple math. Let's do some simple math. 3 million divided by, 50 million blacks in America divided by 3 million jobs equals 1 out of every 17 black people will get a job. Does that sound like a solution, even if he does it? There's 50 million American Africans. Donald Trump is promising 3 million new jobs over the next 4 years if you vote for him. There's 50 million of us, but he's going to create 3 million new jobs if you vote for him. And if you divide 3 million new jobs into 50 million black people, 1 out of every 17 black people will get a job. 1 out of every 17. 1 to 17. That's not half the blacks. That's not a quarter of the blacks. That's not even 5% of the blacks. And then on top of that, he doesn't even tell you what kind of jobs. McDonald's, Burger King, what kind of jobs is he going to create? He don't say anything about business grants. He don't say anything about business loans, but jobs. He's going to create a way for you to get your labor exploited by some white man who owns the business. He's going to create a way for you to get your labor exploited by some white man who owns the business. He's a damn joke. And you a joke too, if you support that. He's a damn joke. And you a joke too, if you support that. I'm not Trump or Biden. I believe in rejecting the system. I reject the whole system. See, I'm not one. There you go again with that narrative. So who do we vote for, Dr. Umar? Donald Trump, Joe Biden. Go ask that to the Coon Illuminati. Go ask the Coons that question. Don't ask Dr. Umar that question, because I have rejected the whole system of European white supremacist democracy. No matter who wins tonight, white supremacy wins tonight, and black people lose. No matter who wins tonight, white supremacy wins tonight, and black America loses. No matter who wins tonight, white supremacy wins, black America loses. So don't ask me which one should you vote for. I'm not in that dichotomy. I'm for African liberation. So I can't answer that question. I'm for African liberation, and neither one of them are dealing with it. I've told you over and over again, there are 5 major problems that affect black people. Donald Trump not dealing with none of them. Joe Biden not dealing with none of them. There's 5 major problems that affect black America. Donald Trump isn't dealing with any of them. Joe Biden isn't dealing with any of them. Mass incarceration, miseducation, gentrification, access to wealth, police genocide. Mass incarceration, gentrification, miseducation, access to wealth, police genocide. Mass incarceration, miseducation, gentrification, access to wealth, police genocide. Neither candidate has a real program. You notice Donald Trump doesn't give you any percentages. Donald Trump doesn't give you any ratios. He doesn't show you a plan of how he's going to achieve this, because it's only a promise. He knows when he wins, he's not going to do none of it, because he don't have to be accountable no more. He's in his second term. You hold presidents accountable the first term, not the second. You hold presidents accountable the first term, not the second. You hold presidents accountable the first term, not the second. He's not going to do nothing for us. And Joe Biden's not going to do nothing for us. Let's keep going. 500,000 new black-owned businesses. Donald Trump says if black people vote for him, he's going to create 500,000 black-owned businesses. Let's do the math. Let's do the math. There's 50 million of us divided by 500,000 black businesses that Donald Trump is going to create. 1 out of every 100 black people will be given, 1 out of every 100 black people will be given a business. Is that a solution? There's 1% of black America. 1%. 1% of black America will be helped to open a business by Donald Trump if y'all re-elect him. 1% of black America will be given a business. And he don't even tell you what kind. Water ice stand, hot pretzel stand, licorice stand. What kind of businesses we talking about here, Donald? What kind of businesses are we talking about here, Donald? And then he says he's going to commit to working on a second step act. In other words, I didn't do enough to help the blacks in prison, so I'm going to act like I'm going to do more my last year when I don't have to be accountable to them. I did nothing for black folks my first 4 years, but if they re-elect me, I'm going to do something for them my last 4 years. Who believes that? Who believes that? Who believes that? Access to better education and job training. What kind of jobs, Don? Job training? Are you going to bring back the carpentry program in the black inner city high schools? Are you going to bring back the electricity program in the black inner city high schools? Are you going to bring back the HVAC program in the black inner city high schools? Are you going to bring back the masonry program, the welding program, the computer building and networking program, the inner city black high schools, Donald Trump? Are you going to bring back the trades? No, you're not. You're not going to bring back the trades, Donald Trump. You know why? Because you were endorsed by many of the trade unions, just like Biden. You guys were endorsed. Y'all split the trade unions. Y'all split the trade unions, and the trade unions don't want young black men and women being trained in high school because it eliminates their monopoly on who gets hired to get the contracts. The trade unions don't want the electrical program back in the hood. They don't want the plumbing program back in the hood. They don't want the HVAC program back in the hood. They don't want the roofing program or the welding program. They don't mind the barber shops and the beauty shops. They don't care about the barber shops and the beauty shops, but they don't want nothing else back in the black high school, because if you train black men, they're going to have to give black men jobs, and they don't want to do that. The best way to not give black men a job on these contracts is to make sure they don't have the licenses. The best way to give black men's job, to keep black men from getting jobs on these contracts to build these projects, is to make sure they don't have the training. Donald Trump, you are a liar. And Joe Biden, you're not much different. Donald Trump, you are dishonest, and Joe Biden isn't much different. Let's keep on going. Give black churches, listen to this. He's going to take a page out of former President George W. Bush's book. Donald Trump is going to take a page out of former President George W. Bush's book. Donald Trump is going to take a page out of former President George W. Bush's book. He says he's going to give black churches the ability to compete for federal funding for their community. He's going to give black churches the right to compete for federal money. That's what George W. Bush did when he beat Al Gore Y2K election. They turned the black church into the FBI. They turned the black church into the FBI. They turned the black church into the FBI faith-based initiative. Donald Trump is going to empower the faith-based initiative. If you want to know why the black church doesn't do anything for black people, if you want to know why the black church doesn't do anything for black people, if you want to know why the black church doesn't do anything for black people, look no further than the faith-based initiative. Look no further than the faith-based initiative. The faith-based initiative allows the black church to compete for black money. And the only reason why he put that in there is so these thirsty ass pastors and imams, the only reason why he put that in there is so these thirsty ass black pastors and imams The only reason why he put that in there is so these thirsty ass black pastors and imams will force their congregation to vote for Donald Trump, hoping they're going to get some of that shut up money. The only reason why he put that in there is so the black pastor and the black imam will go into the masjid on Friday and the church on Sunday to force black people to vote for Donald Trump so they can get some of that shut up grant money. Grant money is shut up money. That's why we don't take none at FDMG. Grant money is shut up money, and that's why we don't take none at FDMG. Grant money is shut up money, and that's why we don't take none at FDMG. So Donald Trump is telling the black church, if you help me win, I will give you some grant money to keep you out of the mass incarceration struggle and keep you out the miseducation struggle and keep you out the gentrification struggle and keep you out the police genocide struggle and keep you out the access to wealth struggle. And then he says he's going to bring better health care to the black community, but he has no plan. And then he says, listen to this. He even threw ADOS and FBA a little bone. He even threw ADOS and FBA a little bone. He even threw the agents, distractors, opportunists, and saboteurs and the fraudulent black American groups a little bone. He said he's going to create an immigration policy that protects American jobs. He's going to create an immigration policy that protects American jobs. So with that, he's telling black America that we're going to keep black Africans out the country so you can have jobs. He's telling black America subliminally, he's telling black America that if you vote for me, I'm going to keep Africans out, continental Africans out of America so y'all can have a job. But Donald Trump, my African immigrant brothers are not a problem for me. Donald Trump, my African immigrant brothers and sisters ain't doing nothing to hurt me. You ain't said nothing about keeping the Mexicans out, though, did you? You ain't say nothing about keeping the Mexicans out, though, did you? You ain't say nothing about keeping Mexicans and European immigrants out the country. You only talking about black folks. You only talking about black folks. You only talk about black folks. You ain't say nothing about the Mexicans. You ain't say nothing about the Chinese. You ain't say nothing about the European immigrants. Get out of here with that shit. Take that to the ADOS people. I'm a Pan-Africanist. All for one, one for all, united we stand, divided we fall. Take that to them with that bullshit. I'm not into the African-American tribalism. I'm a Pan-Africanist. Take that shit over there to them.